Heather McDonald has got the juiciest scoop. When you're on the road, when you're on the go, Juicy Scoop is the show to know. She talks Hollywood tales, her real life Mr. Segment serial data and serial sister. You'll be addicted and addicted fast to the #1 tabloid real life podcast. Listen in, listen up. Woo woo. Heather McDonald, Juicy Scoop.
Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. I have one of our favorites. I've known him forever. The hilarious writer, actor, model, commentator, just all over great stand-up comic, one-man show, touring the world. Guy Branum, welcome back to Juicy Scoop.
I've been focusing on my modeling work recently.
Yeah, you're looking good.
I was in Milan for Fashion Week and then had to leave before the Olympics.
Oh, well, and there's so much going on with the Olympics that let's get right into it. This guy, thank gosh, he's American.
I mean,
so he won the gold, right? He's broken all, what is his name?
Ilya.
I just have this photo of him because I saw him everywhere, but he is male figure skater single and he won the gold for that. And he did a quad.
Well, he won the gold.
4 twirls.
He won the gold for the team. And then he's going back to see if he'll win the individual medal.
Oh, okay.
But it's just so exciting that just months after getting a famous blonde Ilya in heated rivalry, we have another Ilya who is, on the ground in Milan winning gold medals.
And breaking a record in that he did 7 quads, meaning he got up there, went once around, 2 around, 3 around, 4 around, then came down.
Yes.
And then did it 6 other times or something.
I just, as a child of the 80s, it's really important for us to win the medal count at the Olympics. It lets me know that America's doing okay.
How do you feel about the gold medals breaking? They're like crap. Have you heard about this? Oh, yeah. No, people are filming that it's broken in half.
Oh.
And then so they have to fix it. And then there was another one where they're like, all right, well, since yours broke, here's another. Your name isn't on it. So you'll just have to go. I'm like, so this person has to get home and go to some trophy shop and pay how much ever it's going to be. And then what if they get the name wrong and now you have a gold medal with the wrong,
Also, you worked your whole life to get this thing, and then your life will never be as good again. This is supposed to be the best thing. But it does make me worry about the bigger problem of no one makes money from the Olympics anymore, and the Olympics are bad for your town. And I worry about our poor Los Angeles in 2 years,
Jeez. Right. Well, do you think you'll want to go to things?
I mean,
when we have the Olympics here,
my friend Jason was like, you're going to want to see who, the opening ceremonies are going to be good. And those will be good bookings, it's Los Angeles. Everyone lives here. You're going to get very famous people. But part of me is should we all just be making a bunch of money off of Airbnb?
Well, would you like to talk to a native Angelino like me who lived here during 84?
Okay. Yes.
There wasn't even a way. If people were renting in their house, I guess they were putting it in ads or something because we didn't have Airbnb. But so many people thought the traffic would be so awful and everything. They left and went on their European vacations in Hawaii and everything. And people did allow their houses to be rented out. And the traffic was deader than any time. It was great. We were able to go to... We went to some running and stuff, we couldn't get the good one like gymnastics.
Right.
But now I'm it's kind of a lot of pressure because when it happens, now I'm an older established person. I could spend a lot of money and get cool tickets and have that experience. I can afford to do it. But do I want to?
But the question is, what connections do you have? The question is always what
I know that's the thing. Will the LA connection, will they make it that, no, we got to make it fair and you can't buy the ticket. I don't know how they're going to do it, how they're going to get around the LA red tape where the agency has, your agent has 30 tickets.
Right.
And who gets those and who hands this on can a regular person just have a good experience going to the Olympics in LA?
But also, I hadn't thought about it until this moment, but the gay bars are going to be off the hook for that week. It's just going to be full of Romanian gymnasts.
Do you think Sir will finally be full? Can they hang on 2 more years?
I think so. It's an amazing business venture. Honestly, every time I've ever been to SUR, they were doing a nice business.
And I wonder what reality shows that shoot in LA will be like filming during the Olympics. That could be
That would be amazing.
That would be good. And then you watch it 6 months later.
To have like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills having like a real load-bearing scene at Olympic tennis would be amazing.
Or having because there's going to be like next gen LA, which is like the younger kids.
Yes.
Like I think Heather Dubrow's son will be in it and stuff. And so if they're filming that or SUR or Vanderpump or whatever, and then like someone like is like, I just fucked like,
yes,
I was going to say a bobsledder, but they wouldn't be here for the LA Olympics. Okay. I just fucked, a male gymnast.
No, it's wonderful. Like when that guy from Love Island came and was having sex with, was it Lisa Rinna's daughter?
Oh, that's right. What was that?
Yes, there was like one of the guys from Love Island came and was like, y'all, was having sex with one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills' daughter. And like, that's a fun crossover. And like, Bravo is part of the or the Universal family. Like,
So ice skating is every girls and gays' favorite sport.
Yes.
I always felt like the getting in the little thing.
Yes.
I always was like, if I could just be like number 2 or 3, then I think it's pretty easy.
In the bobsled, yes.
Yeah, in the bobsled. Because I'm not pushing it and jumping in last.
Yes.
I'm just in it.
Yes.
And then just like say a prayer. I think I could do that. And that's it. I couldn't do any other sports. And so with ice skating, there's couple skating, which I love.
Yes.
But then there's like the other thing, which is like just like more casual ice dancing. I don't like it as much as traditional couple dancing, couple ice skating. What do you think?
Because they can't do the jumps. I really love ice dancing, and I think that this year was really exciting because, back in like the 1980s and stuff, they were doing very ballroom style, bolero, that kind of thing. And like all of the ice dancers are like a married couple doing the gayest possible like dance. Like one of them does Vogue. I heard 100% Pure Love. Like it sounds like Pride, and but I also feel like something is lost because like back in the day you had to look at it and be like, oh, this is super gay, but they don't realize it. And now you're watching it and you're like, this is super gay and they know it. And they're probably very devout Mormons.
Yeah, a lot of them are married couples. That's so funny.
Well, it was like somebody posted to her Instagram, like when you're 11 years old and this boy asks you to be his dance partner, say yes. And it's like, you guys have been working together professionally since you were like 11 or whatever, and you also fell in love. That feels weird.
I think there's nothing like kind of crazier than when you do see the ballroom dancers and like the boy is like shorter than the girl, but they're like 8.
Yes.
And he's just so intentional.
Yes.
There's just something you're like, what am I watching?
It teaches a weird kind of confidence that I don't understand.
Yeah. And then how does that even begin? Like, okay, you're going to get into dance as a boy, but you're going to be dancing like you're a 50-year-old, Cuban.
A mom just has to decide. A mom just has to like put that upon your boys pretty much ended up going into just like the things that Peter did, right?
Yeah.
Like golf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But anyway, that was cool. And then also this guy that just came out today, he won a medal, I think, for skiing. He's Norwegian. And then after they're like, how are you feeling? And he's like, it's great. I'm so happy. It's been an incredible time. And 3 months ago, I met the greatest girl in the world. And then I cheated on her. And he admitted there, like in the interviews, it's all over that he... And then one of the comments was like, I don't understand this Gen Z. Like, why are you telling this on the biggest moment of your life? Like, just
That's an amazing rom-com moment.
Yeah.
That was like, I have one chance to win my girl back, and you don't win her back if you get the bronze. Like, if I win the gold...
And admit I'm a fuck up.
Then she might come back.
Amazing. Okay, so the missing Nancy Guthrie story... As of we're recording this Tuesday, what day are we? The 10th, 11th? Tuesday 10th. It's the 10th. Yeah, Tuesday the 10th, and they did release a photo, which is a masked man that they did, I guess, was able to catch something on the Ring camera. I've heard so many different things that the Ring cameras were shut down or they used some jammer. They were able to retrieve this photo. They put it everywhere. And it just looks to be a man. It looks like there's the space between the mask and the eyes looks to be white. So he appears to be white. And I don't know. We don't know.
It's just very terrifying. Like, it's Savannah Guthrie. Like, it's not the most famous or wealthy person in the world. Like, why are you just like, oh, I know where a medium famous person's mom is? Like, that is very creepy to me.
I mean, the story is a crazy distraction because there's so many elements to wonder which theory is right.
Yeah.
And right now, the theories are, one, that it was just a random person that knew that she was a wealthy woman or had a wealthy, famous daughter and kidnapped her and is doing the ransom note. And we don't know who this person is. And is that person someone who worked on the house 6 months ago and been planning this? Is this someone who lives down the street who's like a weirdo? It's somewhat sophisticated because they bought this thing called a jammer, which I guess a lot of criminals are able to do, and it like turns off the surveillance or something. The next is, does it have anything to do with the fact that she is on the Today Show, that she has interviewed Epstein victims? I made a mistake on my last episode. I said that I heard the son-in-law worked for this company that scrubs the internet and also worked for the Clintons. No, it was Savannah's husband that did that. So with the Clintons being involved with the Epstein stuff or agreeing to be questioned, does that have anything to do with it? And then the third story is, was it somebody that knew her? Her sister and brother-in-law lived close by. They had a meal with her that night. The brother-in-law was the last to drop her off, saw her walk into the house at like 9:30. Is there something there that we don't know about, And I don't want to accuse the brother-in-law, but the theories going around is if it was somebody like a family member, either them or someone else, could it be that, she was supporting them or they were stealing from her or she said, I'm not going to pay for this anymore, or she discovered something and then they're like, oh my God, I can't let this get out. So those are the three theories. And honestly, I have no idea which one it is.
I just think it's so hard that when people are going through something like this, randos
like me
are speculating.
Yes, I know it's bad, but I mean, you are a famous person. I'm sorry. And it's a crime. We did it with the Idaho 4 until we knew who did it. I mean, it just gets you wondering.
And also like so much of the time, it really is somebody who is connected over somebody who isn't connected. My biggest problem is just that it used to be that to be good at crime, you just had to be strong and have no remorse. And now it requires so many tech skills, and it's worrying to me.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
Like,
so much of the tech stuff is like in some ways, tech made it easier to like cheat on your spouse, right?
Yes.
You could have an extra phone, but in another way, it makes it that you can't, because everything can be tracked.
Yeah.
Your home can have, cameras on it. So if you had like a rendezvous with somebody, your spouse could see it. It's just like, it's a weird time. You're right.
Well, and there's also the weird way that like there is so much violence in our society that is like random and directionless, that something like this can almost feel like hokey or old school. They're just like, they're kidnapping a rich person to try to like.
They're kidnapping the 84-year-old mother of like the most likable girl on the Today Show.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, it does. It feels like it's out of like a Batman movie.
Yes.
It feels so weird. And I think that's why everyone's just like, what is happening in the world? Like, this is such a weird story.
Yeah.
And such a strange story. And it's been over a week now. And I just wonder, like, will we ever have an answer? And I feel so badly for them.
Well, and it also just, like, I never fully understood what the story with the Lindbergh baby was. But, like, just the notion of mid-level famous people having to be more worried about somebody, it's like, maybe we shouldn't snag kids or old people, you know?
And I just don't know that an old person has ever been kidnapped before. That's the weirdest thing. It's like no one's ever thought of it. And now I'm wondering, is this like going to give someone a new idea of what you could do to somehow like make money? It's just awful. Okay. So anyway, getting back to the Super Bowl, this story I did not know about. This guy was streaked or whatever, which is where he didn't get fully naked. He just had like a shirt off.
Yeah.
And the story behind it is he put out a bet or created a bet that someone will streak. Mm-hmm. And then he had the meta glasses on so you could see his point of view of running around. He had a friend, I guess, do some distraction so he could get on it. So now there's a streak. So now he's due to gain the money. And then he did it a couple years ago in a different streaking outfit. The good news is his body got better in the last 2 years. The body got better. And so I'm like, I don't really understand. I know there's so much betting and everything. And now I hear these betting commercials and they're like, put your prediction in. So they're like calling it prediction instead of betting.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, I don't know what the rules are. Betting is betting.
Like, I am just happy that man tackled him. Like, we are just going viral has made it so incentivized for people to like prank each other or do stupid shit. And you hear about, all of these people who are like trying to get a photo and then die or, or like surprised that when they break the law to do something zany, that they actually have legal consequences. I've always said that pranks are just crimes committed by heterosexual white teenagers. And
remember all the prank shows? Remember the Ashton Kutcher prank shows?
I wrote for that one.
What were some that you did?
The thing is like, it was so terrible. They had
So it was to remind people, it was hidden camera.
It was hidden camera and it was celebrities. And the season I was on, they had hired writers, but then it hadn't worked. And then they let them all go. And then it was me and like 3 other guys. And I was informed by Ashton Kutcher's producing partner that I was the female writer. And I was like, you know that there are women, don't you, who could write for this show? So the ones that I was responsible for was like, Demi Lovato heard a ghost. Some girl, like it was the golden age of, we did something mean to the car of a girl who was in Twilight. Everyone was from Twilight or High School Musical. And then I think a High School Musical girl, she went to a yogurt shop and the yogurt wouldn't stop coming out.
Oh, so those are pretty innocent.
Yes.
But there were a couple really awful ones where I want to say it was with Taylor. Was it Taylor Swift? And she, like, they're like, oh, whatever, throw this thing off the balcony or whatever.
And it blew it up. That was the beginning of the season I worked on.
And it blew, and then they acted like it blew up a boat or something. And then she thought she hurt someone.
Yes.
That is like awful.
Yes, they were so proud of that. And I was just like, who is this for? What's fun about this?
I remember there was one with like Ellen Pompeo.
Yes.
And she has, I think she's still with him, but her husband is this good looking black guy. Uh-huh. And it was that like the waitress was overly flirting with him and like to get her reaction. Now that I think is kind of cute. Like that's not terrible.
My favorite thing about our season was every actress in Los Angeles was only going to Cafe Gratitude at that point in time. And Cafe Gratitude was like, you only get 2 pranks here. So we had to like figure out other places to go because we could not plausibly get young actresses to go to a dinner anywhere but Cafe Gratitude, which is like this terrible, like vegan run by a cult place, which is honestly kind of good.
Does it still exist?
Yes, on Larchmont.
Oh, amazing.
You've never been?
No, I don't live around here.
It's the place where you famously have to order by saying like, I am peaceful or I am generous.
Oh, really? Oh
yes.
My God, that is ridiculous.
Yes.
That is very funny. Okay, Cardi B. Did you hear what happened to her?
No.
So her baby daddy, so she has the 3 kids with Offset, who I think she was married to. Then she fell in love with this guy, Stefan Diggs, who plays for the Patriots, and had his baby. And she planned $1 million party, like after party or whatever. But then she realized that his other baby mama, who has a baby around the same age as hers, was in the front row with the baby wearing the jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And so then she got all pissed, didn't go to the party. He didn't go to the party. She left the game and stopped following him.
I mean, you have to have some sense of generosity and responsibility when there's another child involved, you know? Like,
I mean, but when they're the same age, it makes it hard.
No, 100%.
I mean, talk to all the Nick Cannon people.
Yes. Like, I get that it feels weird, and I get that you want a sense of of being proprietary, but also like, you're very famous, and your kid is going to get to be the very famous one for all of time. And that kid gets to watch his dad. Like, even though he's young enough to not be sentient.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
I mean, yeah,
he
it's a
needs
little
to have
kid.
the memories of like.
No, I mean, she was just being a jealous girl. I mean, that's hands down. It has to do with the woman. It's to do with the.
I get that. And the thing is like, I want Cardi B to be too much. I want her to have fights and everything like that. But I also think you need to separate like business and family to some extent, you know?
Yeah. You guys, Quince is just the way to go. You want to update your wardrobe. You want to maybe change your whole style. I just had a friend go, I just feel like I'm in a stage of my life where I need to just like start fresh and get a look that works great for me. And I said, please check out Quince. I know that you care about quality and ethical practices of the company, and Quince offers all of that. They use the highest quality materials like 100% European linen and organic cotton. Everything is built to hold up season after season. The stitching, the fit, the fabrics. These are pieces that you will reach over and over again. I love their wool coat, which I wear on very cold LA nights. I love their new loungewear set that I just got. I've always loved their silk blouses and cashmere sweaters. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/juicyscoop for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/juicy to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/juicy. I love having healthy, delicious food in my refrigerator, in my pantry, and I can make it when I want it. And that is why I love Thrive. Thrive Market is a membership-based grocery service where you can shop from wherever you are. Simply just hop on their app. The membership breaks down to just $5 a month, and it gives members access to weekly sales, personalized shopping with filters, auto ship and save, free gifts, and peace of mind knowing there's no junk in any of the products they carry. Instead of paying fees on every grocery delivery order, you pay once for the year and benefit from it every time you shop. I know you might have kids that want the sugary snacks or they only want, mac and cheese every day. Well, Thrive Market gives you versions with less sugar, fewer sketchy ingredients, and more nutrition. Thrive Market makes it easy with thousands of healthier swaps from brands like Goodies, Mac and Cheese, Simple Mills, Poppy, which I absolutely love, and so many more, all vetted before they hit the site. It was so great. I got blueberries and I had eggs, and then I loved their vodka sauce, which I made a really delicious pasta with. Ready to make some healthy swaps and become a member? Join Thrive Market with my link, thrivemarket.com/juicyscoop for 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. Okay, so talk shows are not doing well. They canceled Sherry Shepherd. Kelly Clarkson, whose show is very successful, she's choosing to end it.
Yes.
Of course, Wendy Williams, that has been around a long time. What's your thought about the ending talk show era?
I don't understand how they can't continue to make daytime talk shows profitable. Like, it does just seem to be like an area where you do still have people watching. Like, it kills me because I love talk shows. Like, we worked on a talk show together. It's super, like, they're a part of TV that I really like and enjoy. But also, I'm interested to hear your thoughts because this is what is taking their place. Like, basically.
Yeah, right. That's so they were saying this article, or one article I read was like, oh, people don't have the attention span to sit through an hour-long talk show. But then why are there
3 hours of Joe Rogan?
Yeah, and 2 hours, and this is an hour and 20-minute on YouTube and everything else kind of talk. I mean, I just feel that the audience that was the talk show audience they grew up, and the new person that would maybe have watched it now, like a 30-year-old that's like home and this is the daytime, they're just not it's just not their jam.
Well, it's so weird because I think those morning shows particularly are like a check-in with the world.
Yeah.
You know, like the View, and to a lesser extent, Kelly and Mark. Like I would think that people would still want that, but maybe podcasts are better at it. And also like podcasts are less filtered. You know, you don't have a producer who is like overly managing what the questions are in the same way. Though, I mean, with something like Amy Poehler's show, it does feel like, you know, they've probably agreed about what's talked about or what's not talked about. But also it's just like you can have like a tighter turnaround and you can talk about realer issues.
I mean, I just think that the reason podcasts do really well is you find your few people that you love and vibe with, and maybe and most likely they think like you. Yeah. Like they're like, oh, you're my best friend in my head, whatever. And people really actually want to listen and spend their time with people that they vibe with. Yeah. And so the talk show thing, whether it was the Talk or the View or whatever, it's like, oh, let's have 3 different views and let's have this. And I don't really think people want to hear a view that doesn't match their own. I mean, you know, they're always like,
that's a problem.
Yeah,
you know?
It is a problem because people are always like, I need, you know, if they say they want their favorite celebrity to speak on something and someone said, I don't think you want my opinion. You want to know my opinion so that you can either know that I think like you. Right. And if I don't, then you have a reason to like be angry, but you really don't want to know my opinion. Yeah. You know, it was something like that. And I was like, yeah, I think that's, you know, why you can find your niche, you know, find your person. But I don't know. I mean, I think just it's about life. Like I joked with Chris the other day that like we like going to hotels because it's like old fashioned TV. Yeah. That's when I do watch this stuff.
Right. No, I mean, like my favorite thing about going on the road is watching like old school TV. Yes. And just like get like watching a bunch of Guys Grocery Games or something like that.
Yeah. It's like comforting or like, or the way the room's set up so I can like do my hair and makeup while I'm watching some like morning show.
And it makes me like, I used to host games for Kelly Clarkson on a pretty regular basis. And it was like such a fun vibe. And like,
oh, for the talk show?
Yes. And getting to watch like celebrities like play outside of their comfort zone. And I also think we're destroying a promotional infrastructure for TV and film. Yeah. That is bad. Like that used to be where you learned, oh, Jack Black has a new movie. I want to see that movie.
Yes.
And
you're
I don't know that podcasts are as effective.
They're definitely not. Yeah. It's like there is this in my little like shopping cute area where there's a movie theater, there's like this poster around a light pole, and the movie came out December 12th, and it's who's the girl in Devil Wears Prada? Not
Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, it's Anne Hathaway, and it's called like Emma Jones or something. It came out December 12th.
Yes.
Has anyone even heard of that movie? I'm like, how did this come and go? This is a major movie star, and it's a New York movie. The poster is her trying to put on her heel. I mean, it's a classic like dry bar movie, but
is that Anne Hathaway?
Yes.
I think that is the James L. Brooks movie that starred someone who I think looks like Anne Hathaway.
Well, whatever. Because nobody watched this
movie
thing.
It was star-studded, and that movie was famously bad. So it was the guy who made like Terms of Endearment and stuff, but now he's like 80, and he's been like a Simpsons billionaire for like 30 years now, and apparently like it was just untethered from reality.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't know about these things. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're right. It would normally be the same person come around. You wear the outfit. It's 7 minutes. Now it just seems like a 7-minute interview just seems like so dumb and short.
And the thing is there's nothing real that happens. There's nothing real that happens. I just went and Mark Shaman, the guy who wrote music for like When Harry Met Sally, and he wrote Hairspray, but he released a book and he talked to Bette Midler, and they were talking about when Bette did the last Johnny Carson, and he like arranged the music for her and played with her, but just like you had those iconic moments from talk shows where something really real and exciting happened, and like publicists have made that impossible for the last 20 years. Like talk shows have been boring. When people say something interesting, they say it on a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for Sherry Shepherd, except that she never had me on, so I don't feel that bad. Neither did Kelly Clarkson. But Kelly Clarkson doesn't need the show, and she's moving on. It started in LA, and then it moved to New York.
Yes. And the thing is like, Kelly Clarkson figured out how to make that show about the stuff that she is good at and loves to do in a way that was like, every day she would cover somebody else's song and sing it better than they ever have. And like, it was cool to have somebody who wasn't a comic and made it about like her skill set and her honesty. I think that the type of television that requires the greatest degree of sincerity is cooking show. But I think daytime talk show is very close. But like cooking show, every time I see Valerie Bertinelli, I'm like, I believe it. And when I see Faith Hill or whoever it was who had a cooking, there was one of those country ladies who had a cooking show, and I'm like, I'm not buying it. But fucking Valerie Bertinelli, I'm like,
but
I believe it.
now I wonder, like, have we talked about, missing old school TV and people just like missing the simpler stuff, and people saying like, I don't know what's real on my phone anymore, and like I need to put down my phone. I wonder if there could be like a resurgence of it.
I think so, because
like of just a simple, let me just watch you make a dish.
Didn't
work for Meghan Markle, but whatever.
That's because it wasn't sincere. Like, you knew that wasn't her real house. Like, she was being like too put together and too prim about how her life, she was taking pretzels out of one plastic bag and putting it into a different plastic bag. But like, I watch the Graham Norton show so much because he's fun and alive, and he puts celebrities who shouldn't be on a couch together, and they interact and they have fun, and it's a good time.
I just was thinking about the rest in peace, the Meghan Markle show with those pretzels that are filled with peanut butter thing. That whole idea was just so funny because it was like she had this guy come where she had to act like they were best friends, or he was her hairdresser.
Yes.
And then she's like, so I put a whole basket together for his room. He's spending the night. And it's just like it's such a weird thing. And then it's like, well, no, we know he's not spending the night because this is like not your house. And then we're supposed to pretend that he's just going to sit in the room like a fucking mouse and eat these pretzels.
3 separate times she cut up raw fruit or vegetables and put it on a platter. And that was what she did. Like 3 separate times she made just a crudité plate, and that was what she did. And I know that they're trying to be like, oh, I'm not trying to be too fancy. I'm just being approachable. 1 pot pasta. But it's like, you're not being approachable. Your whole point is that you're a duchess and you have your own bees. And I don't for a minute believe that she has her own bees. Fucking Martha has her own bees. Like Martha, like she has her own bees, and one of my favorite moments from all of television is it was Cooking with Julia Child.
Yeah.
It was a series on PBS, and Martha came on to make a wedding cake, and Julia Child said to her, that seems like a lot of work. like Julia Child was like, that just seems like too much work.
I agree that it was all these extra steps. You were like, what? Like right before Martha got there, it was like, there was the era of, oh my God, you could buy a cake box. You can, there was all the helper stuff. Like my mom still made meals, but there was like, there literally was hamburger helper. There was this,
right.
There was that. And then we got to like doing it yourself. And now people are making their own bread.
Yes.
When the saying in life was, it's nothing's as great as sliced bread. There's a reason someone said that, because people didn't want to make bread anymore. And now these women are like flexing. They're like, my man knows how to make a good living so that I can stay home and make bread. I'm like, what are you doing? Go to the store and buy a loaf of bread.
Have you seen the woman who's like, my children have never had Pop-Tarts and I wanted them to try Pop-Tarts or like Doritos or whatever. And then she makes Doritos from scratch.
Yes.
But like with, like emmer wheat and maple sugar. And it's like, well, that's not going to be Cheerios. And
I don't even think anybody in real life is doing that doesn't have a huge internet following.
Yes, I mean, that's the whole point.
Like no one's really doing that. They're doing it for videos.
You're being ridiculous and you're performing. Like, there is this sort of like, I just have the time to, make my own ricotta from scratch. So that's what I'm doing out here on the farm. And it's like, I've been to a farm. That's not how farms work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. Okay, well, we'll see what happens with them. I'm sure Sherry Shepherd will have a podcast, in 6 months.
Yes.
Okay, a couple little things coming up. Okay, well, now, thank goodness, some major mainstream media is starting to cover what is in the Department of Justice files. They're going to drop more. They were redacting names and they put 6 back. And one was the Wexler guy. I'm like, tell us something we didn't know.
Okay. Were you a little sad that your name wasn't there anywhere?
Absolutely not.
I was a little bit like, I just want to feel famous enough that like I'm in some sort of thing that shows up. Les Wexner is like the least interesting thing.
Wexner, that's it.
It's like we already knew that he was heavily connected with this guy. And also, Les Wexner does not want to have sex with women. So Les Wexner has a wife.
That's the guy who owns the Victoria's Secret and everything?
Yes. And the rumor is that a young Jeffrey Epstein took care of him and then stole money from him.
Right.
And then Les Wexner had to be okay with it, or else Jeffrey Epstein would reveal that they had sex with each other. And I think that that's amazing.
Right. And then the things that are coming out, unfortunately, are just like really, really gross. And
I want to say, I don't think it's amazing in a good way. I'm just stunned by the level of operation that Jeffrey Epstein had from jump, like that he was always swindling. But yes, it is truly gross. And it's very funny seeing everybody being like, oh, well, yes, I just had some dinners with him. I wasn't one of the ones who was going for hand jobs to the one that we all knew was the Desert Island hand job guy.
Well, of course we knew Prince Andrew was involved. Now there's new emails in which he and Sarah are writing Jeffrey Epstein, and they're talking about their life and everything with him. And they are, at one point, they sent photos of the daughters, not naked or anything, but just, here are the girls. You asked to see them. Here they are. And I mean, maybe a Sarah Ferguson argument was like, I never knew that he was doing anything nefarious. I just thought he was a rich friend. But in hers, she was even like, I know there was one that she's like, I know that, the Duke and I are no longer together, but I feel like you're ignoring me. Like, I love you. We're friends.
Did you see the one where she was just like, I need 20,000 pounds?
No, what's that one?
She was like, I'm behind on rent. I need 20,000 pounds. If there's anything you could do about it, or something along those lines.
So that's why she's like being nice. And did he give it to her?
I don't know, but it is this thing of like, is that how you just are expected or have to live when you're like a member of the royal family and you have all of these famous friends or these very wealthy friends, but you yourself do not have a great source of income? I, of course, learned most of what I know about the sources of income from the 1989 TV movie about Sarah Ferguson.
Sarah Ferguson was married to Prince Andrew. They got divorced. After they got divorced, she became super popular because she was seen as the heavier princess. Yes. And she wasn't even heavy.
Right.
But then she lost some weight.
Yes. She got a Weight Watchers deal, I think.
Yes. And everyone was like, she's so relatable. So then she comes to America. I was in testing rooms to do talk shows with her, to be like regulars on talk shows. Meanwhile, she's also begging Jeffrey Epstein for $20,000 and sending photos of her daughter so that I don't know. And then the amount of people that... There's a couple other really weird ones where it was this guy, Howard Lutnick, who is, what is his role? He's
Secretary of Commerce
right now. And he said under oath, I never talked to him after he was convicted of the first round of crimes.
Yeah.
But then they found in the emails that they were writing back and forth, and he's like, hey, let's hang out on Sunday. Tell me where the captain's supposed to park the yacht on Epstein Island. I'm with another couple, and he names their name. And he said, we each have 4 children with us. And then he gives all the ages. And so I immediately start Googling, did they have kids those ages? And from what I have discovered, they did.
Yeah.
So it was their kids. Now, does that make it worse? Or were they being like normal people that when they go to a single man's place, they're like, hey, we have our kids with us. Is that okay? These are their ages. Like, are you okay with this many kids? Or should we leave them on the yacht? I don't know.
Well, it's just hard to understand how people understood this guy. He's just like, how much of a reputation, like, because his reputation was as like the party dude, right?
Right.
But also just like, oh, when you're taking your yacht to St. Bart's, this is one of the places that you stop off at. You go and you say hi to Jeffrey. Like, I don't understand like what interest he had for them if they weren't interested in that kind of thing. And it is such an interesting sort of like overlap between the era when no one could find out about stuff like this and the era of being able to like effortlessly search those files, you know?
It's overwhelming. I've just seen so many things, and all the stories of, you know, did like when people talked about like Illuminati or what people do to stay famous, and like, you're like, I don't know. Did they really do this weird shit? Were they under the impression that if they did these sick demonic things that it keeps them at the top of the totem pole of fame and wealth forever? Like
I don't know how many sick demonic things were like. I mean, I think rape is sick and demonic. But like, I just assumed that it was like,
no, there's stuff in there that's like what you think.
Oh, really?
Eating babies, what it tastes like on the yachts. Yes.
Oh, wow.
And so it's like, no, that's what I don't think people are realizing. And I didn't realize it when I talked about it last week. But like, it's so weird. It's so awful and so weird. And, you know, then there's the ones that are just like there was one that actually Branum found. And this guy is like, I'm a comedian, tell me who this comic is. So you read it, and of course, the guy, the comedian, says, it was so great that you came to the show. Thanks for the great dinner. Really enjoyed the conversation. If you're interested, I'll be at this comedy club on this weekend at this time in a month or whatever. So someone was able to look at the date of when this was written, go a month ahead, look at the comedy club because he says the city in the club, and they're like, we know who's performing there.
Yeah.
And in this particular one that's all over TikTok, it was, I don't care. It was Bobby Slayton who was performing at that weekend. I don't know. If you read it, it doesn't say, I can't wait to go on the island with you. It doesn't say anything like that.
Right.
Which means it could have been, oh my God, he was such an interesting guy. He knows all these famous people. He's best friends with Woody Allen. Maybe he said, I want to put you in a Woody Allen movie. Who the fuck knows?
Maybe there was a tier level to Jeffrey Epstein friendship. Like at Platinum Plus, you get to eat babies. At just Platinum, you get to sex traffic women. But then there was just sort of like,
you could have a dinner and maybe get thrown a bone.
Yes, the ad-supported tier is you get to hang out with Woody Allen and Sun Yi.
Right. I mean, it's a lot. And then Ghislaine said, I'm taking the fifth. Like, I'm not going to say anything until I know that I have a better deal.
Like, that's insane. That woman is terrible. But
I mean, can you blame her? She's the only one behind bars. She's like, I better play these cards right. I don't want to sit in this prison for the rest of my life. I either want to get sent to a nicer one or I want to get out. So I think she's trying to figure out how to do that.
I just don't understand how all these billionaires couldn't figure out how to get hand jobs with their billions of dollars. And also, why not get hand jobs from people who know what they're doing?
Exactly. I think that's why I'm like, I try to think about what is in their brains, you know? Like,
well, I do think it is when you're like a level of rich where you can have anything.
It can have anything. That's
people
exactly
want
it.
the thing that they can't have.
And then it goes back, if you really want to go down rabbit holes, to like these 5 families that are truly like running the world and the banking and all of that. And then you really went from, you know, Gettys, Rothschilds, whatever. And you're like, is this really true today? Like, what is the connection? But then
it also ends up on the doorstep of like deep anti-Semitism, you know?
Yeah, right. And then there's that. It's so much. So here's a story from the California Post. West Hollywood lawyer turned OnlyFans creator arrested in Miami, gay cruise drug bust. I mean, that is a lot to take in. And then the description is a redheaded LA lawyer turned OnlyFans star. Like they even add another layer to this story. Do you know him?
I don't. What's his name?
I don't know.
The thing is that like, essentially. Oh wait, no, I do know him.
Do you really?
Yes, absolutely.
Because he's a lawyer or because he is a redhead?
From Provincetown. Like I met him there.
Did you know when you met him? Did you know him as a lawyer or did you know him as an OnlyFans talent?
I knew him as just like a naked gay guy. But the thing is like one of my friends joked that like doing a drug raid as people were getting onto a gay cruise is essentially entrapment. Like that's what people are doing. Like this guy can't have his good time while drinking alcohol. How would he maintain those abs? He has to have GHB and a little bit of meth there. But like it's not. Yeah, like those cruises, I've never been on one. I do think I would possibly kill myself if I was on one. And I also see how
So have you been asked to perform or anything?
No, they've never asked me to perform or anything. And I do think like it's a circuit party on a boat. So everyone is there like, you know, it's those worked out gay guys.
Julie does a lot of the cruises and performs. And she says, and she went when she was snorkeling. I'm like, she said she was snorkeling, okay, and that is where she saw guys like blowing each other in the water while she was looking for fishes. Like that's how rampant it was.
No, well, and a couple of years ago, there was a thing where two guys were having sex in their room. And somebody on land in Haiti saw it and they called the authorities because gay sex is still illegal in Haiti. So they're like the notion of being gay and then going around the Caribbean comes with its own dangers from a number of angles. But like, yeah, I mean, gay guys love having sex in public. Like it's just, you know, a thing. And like these cruises are just, you know, it's just people doing drugs. It's people having sex and doing drugs.
With these gay cruises, is there like levels? Like there's the one that's like lowbrow and younger and less expensive. And then you want to go on the nicer one, but the nicer one is just old rich gays.
It's
like
the amazing thing about the gay community is there just aren't enough of us for there to be multiple levels. Like there's just the one company. I know their name and I'm not saying it.
Okay.
But there's like just the one thing. Like we don't even have like a Caribbean or like they just opened a resort in not Cabo, what's the other one? Puerto Vallarta. In Puerto Vallarta. Okay. They just opened like an all-gay resort in Puerto Vallarta, but like before that, there wasn't even just like a resort that was ours because there aren't enough of us. But the important thing to take away from this is that like every worked out gay lawyer and optometrist in Columbus, Ohio is just doing that so he can go and like live a debauched life on a boat for 1 week out of the year. Like all of those guys, like all of like my friend Andrew insists that every gay lawyer is just doing it so that they can go like do drugs on a beach somewhere for 2 weeks out of the year.
And what's the drugs that they like to do?
GHB, cocaine, some of them. But
is it
like,
GHB the date rape?
Yes.
Oh.
But gay guys remove the middleman and just date rape drug themselves. So GHB, meth, cocaine. There's something called meth, and I have no idea what it is.
And they're not. Are they scared that they could get slipped something wrong in it and then accidentally die?
Well, no, it's more about doing the math wrong. Like generally on these cruises, like the notion of one guy dying every cruise is kind of normal. Like just sort of one person overdoses and dies.
And does the cruise stop or do they act like it didn't happen until the end?
Like, I think you have to stop and you have to deal with Bahamian officials and like repatriate the body and that sort of thing. But you know, and they like
now. What happens with the rest of the people that came in the crew? Like if 4 guys went together and one passes, do they continue with their free drinks or what do they do?
I have to assume so. You know, like later when they return to Manhattan, will they leave one of the bikes open in honor of him at the spin class? Yes, but you know, you paid your money for the cruise. Like you're going to get your good time out of it.
And so you have never been asked to perform and therefore you have never thought I would have fun there.
No. Okay. So in the
all your years
in
on
the
Earth.
run-up to my last birthday, my friend Matt, whose birthday is like the same week as mine, was like, let's go on this cruise. It was an Atlantis cruise of Asia. And he was like, let's do this for our birthday.
Okay.
And it was like semi-tempting, but I had already planned something myself. And so I was like, no. Like it does seem tempting, but also it's like, I'm not going to be the flavor of gay that most of those guys are looking for. So it like wouldn't be fun. I mean, I think performing would be interesting, but apparently performing is also like rough in its way because they're all like naked and drugged. And you know, I think there are on the cruise like some older gentlemen who are looking to like have
a conversation
and enjoy the performances. But they are not, you know, the center of the story.
Got it. Okay. According to TMZ, Britney Spears sells her rights to her music catalog. She just signed a massive new music deal, one that sells her rights to her extensive music catalog.
I'm worried about this. Like, I just finished watching The Traitors season 3, and Sam Asghari was very savvy. And
yes.
I am like...
Had him on the show.
Did he seem smart?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
it was really interesting to have him on because it was probably like 5 months ago, and there was a lot going on in Iran at the time, as there is now. But he really spoke so, you know, heartfelt about what it was like to be a child, to come over here, and why they left, because he had sisters, and what it means. And he really talked about that. But I mean, he also shared about being with Britney.
I mean, it's just, what did he have to say?
I mean, I can't remember what he said because we had some conversation off, but you see her spinning.
Yes.
I hung out with her for maybe 25 minutes one night.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be married to her either.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's very hard when someone is mentally in her space. And I think you marry her and you hope, and maybe you think like, okay, now we're married, things are going to change. And no, I mean, it was he who I think just decided like, I can't. And he had like a cute girlfriend with him here. And I just think he wants to be an actor and everything. I don't think he used her or anything like that. I think they were together, and I think he was hoping that this would be like his wife forever.
But her catalog, I just wish it's that hard thing of you wish she had somebody with her who was helping manage her, but her life was destroyed.
She has Cade Hudson.
Who's Cade?
Cade
Hudson?
Yes, you know him?
No, is that her boyfriend now?
No, he's her manager.
Okay.
He's gay. Has a lot of big clients. He's fun to hang out with them. So, I mean, I don't know that it's a bad idea, because I mean, I don't think she's going to really ever perform again. So I think this sets her up financially, truly, to live the rest of her life, don't you think?
I mean, the thing that she needs is just to be able to live her life on the terms that she wants. And if this allows for that, it's just that her catalog has to be bringing in so much money on a regular basis that I would think it would be able to take care of her. Her needing to do this, my question is why? But the thing I hadn't thought about before is, if she realizes this money in one pot now, whoever is representing her gets 10% of that, instead of having to, you know, possibly be fired or whatever and move along. So that is interesting to me. But like, I want her to have her happiness under whatever terms she needs. And, you know, yeah.
I mean, I just wonder if people that are in that mental place, okay? Whether it's you're truly, you know, you need to be on drugs or you're not on drugs, but you are just spinning around and talking in accents and slapping your own ass.
Yeah.
And then the next day you do that. And maybe in your brain, like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's like, what do I know? I'm still in my house. I still see my friend that, you know, or who I think is my friend. I get to go to Mexico. I get to spin around. I see that, you know, 42,000 people liked it.
Yeah.
And like, that's enough for me. She doesn't want to commit to like doing shows. She's done it already.
The thing, but selling the catalog means no longer having the regular source of income. And I just don't want to come to a point.
So you mean it just is one big chunk of money?
Yeah. It's one big chunk of.
So what do you think it is? $100 million? $200 million maybe?
I mean, I just.
It should be more than that.
Yes. I'm sure it will be a sizable amount of money, but I'm sure it cannot equal what it would have been if she had just collected that money for the next 40 years. That's the whole point. Like when Michael Jackson did it, I think it was because of the settlements that he had to do with the you know, kids.
Are you excited to see his movie?
Oh no, I don't know about it.
You don't know that his movie's coming out?
No.
So it's some relative nephew something is playing him. And from what I saw, it looks very good.
Yeah.
It looks like it only goes up to a certain point. Like the family's behind it, so they probably don't get to the accusations and all that. And so it'll just be like his story. I'm sure the Pepsi burning off his head story, when he gets in the commercial. I don't know, but
both of them were just people who did not get to have a childhood.
Right.
And it seems so sad to me.
I mean, I love every Michael Jackson movie. Remember the one with she played the mom. Oh God, it was like a made for TV movie. And it was just really how awful the dad was. That he cheated and
he was
cheated,
very violent with those children.
Violent with the kids. And that one was really, wait, who is the actress that's like in the actress that played Tina Turner.
Oh, it's Angela Bassett.
Yeah, so Angela Bassett plays the mom.
Yeah.
And I just remember the made-for-TV movie where she's like, she kind of had like a limp. Her character, the real woman had a limp or whatever. And so she's like, I'll get you some ice cream. She's being nice to her husband, and the phone rings, and it's like some mistress. And she's just like she just put up with so much.
Yes.
And then being in this weird place where they were just such a phenomenon, and then realizing that this one is the one that's going to be the star.
I mean, that's got to be very hard. And like his brothers were so mean to him because he was the star in that dynamic, like almost in the way that like Prince Charles got bullied because like everyone knew he was going to be king, but then they also saw he was like a person and emotionally vulnerable. That's always really hard.
You know how people know that like Paris Hilton changed her voice? And then you'll see her with her normal voice?
Yes.
So Michael Jackson then created that high voice.
Yes.
And I remember people, Keenan being one of them, Keenan Wayans, saying that like he talked to him and he was like, doesn't talk like that.
Oh, wow.
He didn't have, it was like an effect. And I always wondered if it was like he was sort of obsessed with Diana Ross. And is that why he like wanted to sound like her when she spoke? It was so strange that why, if you were also wanting to present that you were straight and regular dad and not whatever he was sexually, who knows, but why then would you take on such a high feminine voice?
That is very interesting. There have been so many celebrities more recently who have really effectively created personas to distance who they are really from who we consume. Sia not letting us see her face forever. And like part of me is like,
and then she does, right?
Now she does.
Yeah.
But like, what if Michael Jackson were that savvy? I just don't believe that he was that savvy. I'm never going to stop worrying about Britney Spears.
Yeah.
I'm like just never going to. Yeah, because once it's a set amount of money, she's got to be able to run through that money, It's just sad. Like I was watching this like compilation of all little highlights of like the Super Bowl for the last 30 years or whatever, starting at like 1991. Yes.
And you're like, oh, I remember that one. Oh, okay. Oh, Justin Timberlake did it twice. Oh, this is where, Janet Jackson's tit was exposed. Yes. And that was such a scandal, right? And of course, the woman took the fall for that, anyway. But she was in one of the Super Bowl things. And just to see her be like, and like be so sharp and so great when we've only seen this Instagram side of her for like the last 5 years. It's just kind of like, it's a bummer. And it's just a bummer that she's always dressed in these weird cheap outfits.
I was going to ask
felt
you,
hats
how many peasant tops do you think she owns?
So many. And it's always like, a bikini bottom.
Yes.
With like a winter hat and a boot.
It's just so sad that there was no one there to take care of her. Like it really is.
I just think I just think anyone that's hanging out with her is hanging out with her because they're being paid. Because after a while, I don't care that you loved every single song that she ever wrote. And you're like, I can't believe I'm in the presence of Britney Spears. It's like watching, like having to be on call and watching a 3-year-old all day. So it's like, let's get yogurt. Let's that. Right. Like, I mean, I think even if you're just like that girl that's like her paid assistant, after a while, you're probably like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
But who knows? Whatever this thing is, I hope it's the right move.
I hope so.
You guys, this is making my life like my childhood fun. This is one of my favorite flavors from Olipop. It is the classic root beer. Oh my God, this really brings me back to like a summer day when I was a kid and my sister and I would walk down to the boulevard and go to an ice cream shop because they had root beer floats. It tastes that delicious. And it's really a new kind of soda that combines the classic soda taste with the benefits of a functional ingredient blend to support digestive health. Yes, this actual soda helps your digestion, and I can attest to it. And I feel better that I'm not drinking a traditional soda that, has a lot more calories and is not at all helping your digestive health. This does it. This benefits your life, but also gives you that fun treat that you look forward to when you just want your thirst quenched and you hear that can just crack open. It just makes life a little more fun than a glass of ice water. So get a free can of Olipop. Buy any 2 cans of Olipop in store and we'll pay you back for 1. Works on any flavor, any retailer. Go to drinkolipop.com/juicy scoop. Olipop is sold online. Drinkolipop.com plus Amazon and available in the soda aisle and with the chilled beverages at thousands of retailers nationwide, including Walmart, Target, Costco, and Whole Foods. Everybody always talks about money. And most of the time, we only talk about it once we've made it. Well, Acorns is the financial wellness app that wants to show a little love to everyone who is on their way. The way Acorns works is it's a smart way to give your money a chance to grow. It's so easy. You can sign up in minutes and start automatically investing your spare money, even if you've only got spare change. It grows with you, whether you're just starting out or thinking about settling down. Acorns supports your big and small goals across every life stage. And the Acorns potential screen shows you the power of compounding and how your money could grow over time. Plus, you can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure that you are building towards your goals. And Acorns is all in one. No more financial apps cluttering up your phone. With Acorns, you can invest, save, and give your money a chance to grow in one trusted place. Sign up now, and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment. Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/juicyscoop or download the Acorns app to get started.
Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote. Tier 2 compensation provided. Subject to various factors such as customer accounts, age, and investment. Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorn portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/juicyscoop.
Let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills a little bit.
Okay.
How are you feeling about the season, Amanda? Tell me.
I've been loving this season. Amanda's the worst, and I feel like everyone having that to agree on. Like, having a common enemy has been really good.
Totally.
But also just the shape of things has been really different in a way that was unexpected. Like, I think Dorit has been throwing punches, and I love that. I feel like Erica is like coming back a little bit, and after having like the weight of the show on her for like 2 seasons, she's been kind of breezy for a while, and I kind of want her to have a real story. And like Bose, what do we call her? Bozoma?
Bose is her name.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
But like, and like Bose has just been like really fun and kooky. I loved her friend from Denver coming to tacos when Mauricio showed up. How does that work with production? Are they just holding? Do you believe that Mauricio was at that location?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, I think they were like, they're going to have lunch. Would you make an appearance? I think it could be that he gets paid $5,000 every time he shows up. And why not? I mean, right now, it was very funny that he is trying to be a DJ.
Yes.
He also
It's ridiculous.
modeled the other day. And now it's just kind of funny. Like,
he doesn't get to do that and tell me about how we're opening up offices for the real estate agency.
As a former realtor, I will say it's a lot more fun to be a television personality, model, DJ. That's a lot more fun than worrying about the mansion tax.
I do think there's something sweet about the fact that like Kyle is still in love with him after having, you know, they've had their midlife crises and like.
Well, she's laughing at him becoming a DJ and being like, you had your midlife crisis. It's like you were a country groupie.
Yes.
Like you got a girlfriend and when not only was she country, she was tattooed, she was younger, and she was a woman. So like
and you couldn't even admit to it.
Yeah.
But like
she's kind of admitted to it.
Jennifer Tilly has been killing it.
She's
like,
so much fun.
Kathy is so amazing, but like Jennifer Tilly is a gifted performer, richer than God, and like knows how to give you comic relief. Like
the thing is that these ladies are all just so interesting in their own right that when someone goes, it's a boring season, it's a boring episode, I'm like, I'm not bored.
I'm not bored. And also, I do think Amanda has given us a great opportunity to embrace Rachel Zoe. Like hating Amanda has given Rachel Zoe the space she needs to really just like
Rachel
fill up the
Zoe
room.
is the star of the show.
Yep.
And I don't know if she chose to go on this because she knew this is a way I could get out what a shit husband I'm married to.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to do that.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to do something fun for me. I think it's such a great, I'm so happy that she did it.
Yes.
For all of us, but also for her. Like, I mean, this is a great thing to do when you're getting divorced. And it wasn't just divorce. Like they've been together since like college.
Yeah.
So even if she's not dating anyone, just to be doing something fun and different that takes you on trips and just having like something new in your life besides what you've been doing, I think is really fun. And then I think that she comes off like a really good friend. And when she's like, I'm sorry, I know we're supposed to all be good about not bitching about our husbands, but if we're really living authenticity in front of the cameras, we would vent to our fucking girlfriends. We all do. So I think that's why Dorit was getting upset because she's like, I don't need you guys to now say I'm doing wrong when I'm on the show. And I am gonna talk about PK and that he's, you know, driving me crazy and not being a good father, in my opinion. And I'm allowed to say it, and I think she is.
I hated Sutton for so long because I'm like, why are you being the worst person? And now I'm like, now that Sutton is behaving herself, is the show worse? Like, does the show need Sutton being terrible?
I definitely think she, you know, is behaving herself and is, you know, not saying name them and all that kind of stuff. But still, you know, it still all works together. I mean, the way Bose was in that dinner, she really is the voice of reason. And she really is like, well, what are you talking about? Like, this isn't going to work here. Like when she's like, I was verbally attacked and everything, people are like, oh my, you're on the Housewives. Like, you know, we're going to have a conversation. And
Bose is a really good voice of reason because she throws some punches while she's doing it. I just think if Amanda were a more grounded villain, I would be much happier with this season.
Well, the rumor is that she leaves halfway through or kind of stops doing it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know if she's said that that's not true. I know we see her like, I'm pretty sure she goes on the goes to the Italy trip and stuff coming up. But you know, I don't think anyone like hates Amanda. Even Sutton told me when I saw her a couple weeks ago, she's like, she goes, Amanda's not a bad person.
Yeah.
She's not a bad person. You know, she's younger and she joined the group and she is who she is. She's this person that has made a lot of money.
Right.
Doing a fluffy manifestation. And if people are willing to pay for it and she's delivering the goods that they're paying for, like, we can't be mad at that. She has made that money herself.
And the show really could have used a younger person, like, to just sort of like come in and play the game and get in there. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm wondering what... She is a weird person, but it helps with the show. Yes.
I think they knew this is weird. She has a weird job.
Yeah.
She kind of comes off weird. She's braggadocious. We need to throw a wrench in it. If they just picked another woman that they're all friends with, I don't know.
A 37-year-old Lisa Vanderpump. What you need is somebody who has like enough self-possession to be calling people on their shit.
Yeah.
But
which she did. She kind of did with the Dorit, but it's like after a while you're like, all right, whatever. But it...
Were you impressed by the anniversary of losing my child gambit? Like,
I mean, I feel it's such a hard thing to talk about because it is so awful.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you. All of a sudden I was like, why is this like weirdly familiar to me? And then I remembered why. Okay. So a few years ago, maybe 4 years ago or so, I was like so annoyed of seeing people do like photos of like, sorry, it's not perfect, but then they would look really good.
Yes.
And I've always been annoyed by Chrissy Teigen.
Yes.
I was annoyed when she came on Chelsea Lately. I was annoyed that she thought she was a comedian. I never found her to be funny. I don't know why she gets all these jobs judging comedians when I don't think she's funny. I think what she did and wrote, I think her tweets are weird that she deleted in light of things with all the pizza and the toddler and tiara comments. I always thought it was fucking weird. And then to see her come back on Star Search, I'm like, of all the people, she already was canceled. Now she's a judge on Star Search.
I didn't know that.
With
what was she canceled
Jelly
for?
Roll. She was canceled basically. Stodden, what's her name? Courtney Stodden.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded the world that she would tweet her and say, go end your life.
Oh, wow.
Take a dirt bath or a dirt bed or whatever. Sleep in all these awful things. And then that reminded everybody of all the horrible things that she had tweeted over the years.
Yeah.
That were literally pedo stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. But then when I'm always trying to look at the other side, I'm like, I don't know. Was she trying to be funny? I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
She really wants to be funny. And so during that time, so I thought she went away, but she got to stay because she's married to John Legend. So anyway, she did some post where it was just like, her looking gorgeous, but her eyes were like shut. And she's like, I don't care. I never even ask when my glam squad says, can I take a photo of this or post it? I'm like, go ahead. And then this is like my ugly photo, whatever. So of course the comments like, what are you talking about, Chrissy Teigen? You look gorgeous, whatever. And I just wrote something like, oh, please, enough with the humble brag. Like, if you're going to be judging comedians, like come up with some better material. I wrote something like that. Somehow it got out there. It was a slow day. And people kind of liked that. I went after her or whatever. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, she did a post like, F you, today is the anniversary of when she had lost her baby. Mm-hmm. But she posted that photo that day.
Yeah.
And how was I supposed to know that she had a miscarriage? Like, so then, like, I'm leaving my office in Woodland Hills and TMZ like comes and they're like, can we ask you about this? And I'm like, of course I didn't know that she lost her kid.
Yeah.
I'm a comedian, a real comedian.
Yeah.
I was pointing out humble brags on social media. That's it. I would never think to say anything. So that is where I think, like, you're going back and forth with someone, whether it's on a reality show and then someone pulls out this thing like, didn't you know that my mother died? And you're like, no, I didn't know your mother died. Like, you were still being a bitch at the grocery store. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I didn't know that. And so I think that's what I think. I think it's a weird thing. She's new on the show. They don't have to go to everything, but they also have a producer that guides them. Yeah. That is probably like, if you're up for it, I think it would be great. Or I think it'd be really great if you shared this moment. There's so many women that have been through this. You're going to be, like they talk you into sharing stuff. Yeah. And then the people at home criticize you for sharing it, or whatever. And you're like, well, you don't know what led them to decide to share it on camera.
Well, and also when you come to these things, there is an expectation that there will be some degree of confrontation about the thing that's going on, you know? But also that's rough. And I understand not being logical when it comes to something that real and visceral, you know?
Yeah. And, but, I think it's good. We'll see. Do you know that Costco is selling, Hermes Birkin bags?
I did not know that.
At some of their international locations.
That's insane.
So they're still thousands of dollars, but instead of being like 30 grand, they're like 9.
Well, I mean, it's like...
doesn't it just look like such an ugly old lady bag, like in that glass photo?
It really does. I mean, I would, I'm never going to spend $30,000 on a bag.
Never.
I would want to get to go to the Hermes store, Yeah,
the whole fun of it is going to the store.
Right.
But I always wonder when something like this happens, does this start to kill it for the brand?
I mean, but that's how the brand really makes the money, is selling out in that way,
Yeah.
But it does sort of... kill the magic. But
I mean, like if I was someone that had like a bunch of these bags, I'd be like, they're just, the dupes are so good now that it's just like, who's to say?
I wish I were one of the gay guys who's good at identifying when people have a knockoff handbag. That would be a cool power to have.
I can't even tell. I went into someone's closet recently and they're like, you pick out what's real and what's fake and see how you do.
Oh, that's an awesome game.
I failed.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was like, now this. And it was like, no, I was wrong.
Should we produce a thing that's like Battle of the Network Stars, but it's called Housewife Games? And we get together. We do this at BravoCon. We shoot it live at BravoCon. And it's like the Price is Right / supermarket sweep, but for like housewifey, like high-end things.
Right. Well, and then also it's like with these fake dupes and stuff, it's like, if you're going to have a dupe that the real one is like $45,000, it's got to be believable that you would be someone that would have a $45,000 bag. So you might want to just go and get a dupe of a $2,500 bag for $300. I say a dupe, but I mean like a fake. And then that's like the philosophy of it.
Nothing made me happier than when Jennifer Tilly brought along like an insane vintage bag that was like $100,000.
Yeah.
And Erica just like had her tongue out of her mouth and was just like so respectful of like both the expense and the quality.
And she's like, well, what else am I supposed to do with my money? I'll just use this little Titanic purse that is from Louis Vuitton, whatever.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is so great. And when it was, who was it? It was someone that said like, you're at the table. Maybe it was a content creator, but someone's like to the Amanda, like show some respect. Like you're at a table with freaking Kathy Hilton, Jennifer Tilly, Kyle, who's, been on the show forever. Like it is really just going back to that. I mean, it really is such a great cast.
It really is. Would you look askance at a diamond that came from Costco? Like if
I got diamonds from Costco are really good. Now I got diamond hoop earrings. One, unfortunately, I lost, and I have a cool diamond, like different diamond necklace. But no, they are legit real diamonds. And for less.
I mean, the frozen scallops, truly amazing. And every time I'm at the grocery store and I'm tempted to buy lobster, I'm always like, God, you should just go buy lobster at Costco. Like there
are some great items at Costco. There were hundreds of teens that streamed out of an LA home. It was in the Valley after a bus party. And all the comments were like, well, at least they're not on their iPads.
Yes. The children going out and living in the world. Like we have teenagers who don't have sex or do drugs or drink anymore. And it's nice to have these ancient traditions held alive,
I know. I'm like, I don't even think this is that bad. I really don't. So are you watching The Traitors now?
I'm watching The Traitors now.
And tell me what you think. Are you up to date?
I am up to date.
Okay, let's talk a little about that.
Well, the thing is I just watched season 3, so that's really alive in my mind. I really fell in love with Gabby Windey.
Yeah, she's great
during that. But like that Rob is steering things so effectively is kind of crazy to me. Like when you have a traitor,
is Rob from Survivor or what's he from?
No, he's from Love Island.
Oh, he's adorable.
One of the things I really like about traitors is that these quieter personalities, these people who aren't from reality competition shows or housewives, so frequently are the end game and controlling things. And so I have real hope for Kristen Kish from Top Chef. But like when a traitor starts blowing up another traitor's game and accusing them, like when he went after, I was really hoping that Lisa would last for a while. But you think she's
it's just a bummer because I guess she is so fun to watch, like, and it's like, and of course when you know them and when you don't know them, like.
But also it's her own damn fault for not being Lisa Rinna, for being like, because she was a traitor, she was quiet and she wasn't being Lisa Rinna, and they smelled that, Good
point. And then also I saw her do an interview and she was like, I decided to go with a more like gender fluid look throughout the whole thing. So that's why she was wearing like the combat boots and so I was thinking, the outfits are so ridiculous on everybody. They come to breakfast and they come and they wear gloves. And I was always like, oh my God, I guess if you're going to go on that show, you really need to like get all your outfits together, just like if you were going on The Bachelor or whatever, and have, this is what I'm going to wear like all these days and all these different looks, because I mean, you are on a show that everyone's going to see you.
You know that for Drag Race, they famously like take out loans to get the outfits that they will need for the show, or like get sugar daddies. But I don't understand why when somebody, like when a traitor is truly blowing you up and you're also a traitor, why don't you just say to the table, oh yes, he knows I'm a traitor because we are both traitors. Like, I feel like at that point you have to give them mutually assured destruction, or else you're going to give them the possibility of just sliding through the way that like Rob did for a while.
Okay. So like so let's say I'm not a traitor.
Yes.
I am a faithful, but you're coming after me and you're giving we're on traitors, and you're giving your thing and you're saying, Heather, I think it's you because you slipped and said,
yeah, murder.
Whatever in the kitchen. And I'm like, holy shit, I think they're going to all vote for me because Guy is so persuasive, and everything. So then you're saying something that hasn't been done that should be done is I should be like, well, yeah, I'm a traitor because we're freaking traitors together. And then he'd be like, no, I'm not. And then I'd be like, so you're telling me that you and I didn't just have our cloaks on?
I think you should only do that when you're a traitor and another traitor is coming after you.
Okay.
And just sort of say like, well, if we're going to do this, let's do this. That could be interesting because the question is like, how do you save yourself the next week? And I think.
No, I'm saying if you're not a traitor.
If
you're not a traitor and you are like, they kind of know when like their day is due, and it's like, yeah, it would be kind of fun to blow it up.
It would be hard to dial it back if you weren't a traitor and you said that you were like, but I just think there needs to be, I hate Boston Rob, and watching Boston Rob sort of like destroy people and sort of like walk through them and have everyone be scared really sort of frustrated me. And so seeing Rob this season take out Lisa and then Candace in such succession.
You know what I also want to know, getting back to the outfits, know, because I like when they went to like the party and stuff, and like all of a sudden Colton's wearing like crown and like pearls and stuff. I need to know from someone who's worked in Traders, do they meet with a stylist from the Traders? That's like, I'm going to help you put your 22 looks together.
I need to understand it together because like.
And then you're also don't, because they know.
Ron Funches had the most beautiful jacket on.
No, I think they give you stylists through the show. Because also they don't want you to be jumping on someone else's look. So it's like, we know Alan Cummings has all these different looks. So I think there's like a head stylist that does Alan. And then it's kind of like, okay, you're working with this person, so let's have some fun looks together. But like, I'm just thinking, if I had to do 20 looks, would I pick anything from my old closet, or would I want to start completely new?
Well, and also they do so much thematic stuff with the tweed and everything that you have to assume that stuff is like coming from their wardrobe department.
Yeah.
Though I do believe Dorinda has that much tweed.
Yeah, Dorinda hasn't been in it much, so we'll see how much she makes it through. But I do skim a little bit through like the challenges and stuff. I love just watching the breakfast and then the thing at the end.
Like, I just think it's joyous.
And it always makes me really hungry for breakfast. Like, even if we're watching it at like 9:30 at night, I'm like, I want some really good toast.
Rob,
some tea.
At the banquet, eating boiled eggs in a single bite was truly, it was hot. Like it was.
Okay, well, you've been doing a really fun thing on your Instagram, which I love. And how did you think of it?
I didn't think of it. So I have been working with this very funny comic named Tori Piskin. She's better at editing videos and stuff than I am. And we've been going out and doing Man on the Street stuff in West Hollywood. And I was spending so much time explaining some aspect of gay culture to her that she was like, you should do a thing called Only the Old Gays Remember.
Okay.
And then we ended up doing it. And she just sort of like pitched some ideas at me. She was like, what's the first sex tape you remember? And I talked about the Rob Lowe thing, and I didn't realize, like, a lot of people were scandalized that I had done that because I didn't realize that one of the women he was with was
16.
She was 16 or 17, but like I was like 10 when it happened or whatever. And so to me, it was just like, two women having sex with each other? Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and just sort of like other things that are not some of them are sort of like queer moments, but they're just sort of like iconic things that matter.
Like what else?
Like when Celine came for Aretha at VH1 Divas Live, I did one recently.
What did she say? I don't even know that story.
Oh no, she just like they were all singing "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman," and Aretha was like, doing riffs and everything, and everyone was very deferential. And Celine was like, I'm gonna outsing Aretha. And it was like dazzling and amazing to see them like try to outsing each other. Or we did one recently that was just like, remember smoking. Like, remember when you were at a bar and you didn't want to talk to anyone, instead of looking at your phone, you would smoke.
I just saw something like, how old are you, or do you remember when there was a smoking area at the high school?
Yes. I mean, we did not have one, but like that
we had a religious retreat that everyone still does called Kairos in a Catholic school, at the Catholic high schools and stuff. And they said, since we were seniors, they said, if you want and you're a smoker, you can smoke during this religious retreat.
Amazing.
I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy that like kids are smoking.
It was like, even when I was in the dorms at Berkeley, there were ashtrays out on the balconies.
There were like ashtrays built in cars, remember?
Yes. No, that was like
airplane. Everybody on an airplane where they still have the ashtray. Then you're like, why am I on this plane? It's terrifying.
The plane technology has not changed in the last 30 years bothers me. Why do the controls look the same now as when I first got on a plane in like 1982?
Okay, what's another old gay?
Just did one about, this one was great. Luther Vandross. So like iconic diva, closeted. Patti LaBelle came out for him on Watch What Happens Live 20 years after he died. But he had En Vogue opening for him.
What do you mean came out for him?
Like Andy Cohen asked, was Luther gay? And she was like, yes, Luther was gay. He couldn't talk about it, blah, blah, blah. But like he had En Vogue opening for him in like 1989. And he told them that they weren't allowed to wear any white, red, blue, or black, or anything that had sequins or that caught the light, because his singers needed to be the only thing that were like visually arresting on the stage. And so they broke that rule, and he got mad at them, and they were like, Luther, we're a girl group. And he was like, I am a girl group. And then he was so mad at them that he said that they could not walk past his dressing room. And then one day they did. They had to go out and take a golf cart around to the front of the venue and enter with the public to perform. And one day they did come by his dressing room. And then when they got off stage, he had called the Miami Police Department because they were trespassing.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And he was just an iconic diva. And there's a really good documentary about him on HBO. And it's so clearly a person who, because he was gay and black and very fat, like the industry didn't know how to like accept him, but he was so talented. And that turned into this like diva instinct to always, in a world that didn't respect him, he demanded the respect that he thought he deserved. And I think that's amazing. And I think it's important to, remember these juicy moments.
I definitely think it's different. I think it's very funny series because it's very specific to your point of view. And like those stories, I thought I knew every story, but that story wouldn't hit me the way it would hit you. So,
but it's like, the thing is when we were working together, the things that we bonded over were sort of these like little nuggets and moments of pop culture history that not everybody remembered, but like were indelibly like on our brains.
Yes.
I recently rewatched, on YouTube, there's the Donahue of the cast of Steel Magnolias. And it's just like, it's one of the greatest moments that we've ever had in popular culture. Just those four iconic ladies being friends. And like, Donahue is so condescending to Julia Roberts every time. He's like, look, you with Shirley MacLaine. Can you believe that? 19-year-olds.
It's so great when you see like old clips of how weird everyone is, like or towards like Brooke Shields.
Yes.
When they're just like, or towards Justin Bieber. Like, did you see that clip where who's the guy that did karaoke? James Corden.
Yeah.
And how he's like grabbing him and smelling him. What is the deal with James Corden?
Like, I don't know. Like, I met to work on a show a couple of times. They gave me an offer, and I was like, I can't. But
when he had his late night show?
Yes, but he seemed like a very interesting energy because it was very bro-y, but also like theater kiddie, and I could never like get a finger on what his deal was.
I just always remember this was a story, so it's alleged, but that he was on a plane in first class, and there was a woman there that had a couple kids also in first class, and she was struggling to get situated, and him being the star was like, very annoyed.
Yes.
That there's like, little kids in first class and everything, and someone was like exerting him like, I know you're the star of this late night show, but like have some humanity. Anyway, it was his wife and kids.
That's very funny. There's a clear answer to when you have rowdy children in first class. Glass of champagne.
Yeah. For them and for you.
Put them right to sleep.
Yeah. Anyway, Guy, tell us what else you have going on.
So I'm doing my solo show, Be Fruitful, at Netflix is a Joke Fest. On
I think you're doing it the same night as me.
May 9th?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
Mine is a live Juicy Scoop at Avalon on May 9th at 7 p.m.
Oh, that's going to be, mine is at 8. But Avalon, that's going to be amazing.
Yes.
I mean, that's going to
be. So if you didn't get tickets to mine and you'd like to go to something, go see Guy.
The important thing is I also have some dates at Lyric Hyperion in March, so you should come to those and go to Heather's for Juicy Scoop.
Well, I think mine, I don't know if there's tickets left or not. But
okay, she's sold out. She's doing fine.
I don't know. But I'm just saying it's fun to go to a lot of different shows that week.
Yeah.
And... well, that's exciting. That's what you wanted.
Yes.
Wait, but you really wanted the Edinburgh thing, right?
The Edinburgh, yes. And
I said it wrong.
It's okay.
How do you say it?
Edinburgh.
And what are you getting it?
I'm going in August.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
So it's the whole month. You do it the whole month.
You do it the whole month.
Oh, what did you find about that?
Like a couple of weeks ago.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
So you live there for a month.
Yes.
And you do it every night.
Under horrible conditions. Like there's no air conditioning.
It's like a weird little, but are there a bunch of shows at the same time?
Yes. There are like 4,000 shows going on across the city. So
and do you do yours in the same theater every night or you bounce around?
Same theater every night. Though apparently you like go and do other people's shows and that kind of thing.
And how are you supposed to do other people's shows if you're doing your own?
Because you're only doing it for 1 hour. You go do it after or before.
And is that to just get it to a place that's like so amazing?
I mean, it's already in a good place. It's to like really hone it, like to get it really, really sharp and hopefully get some good reviews and buzz so I can bring it back here. And like, And
so where will you live that month?
Well, housing is like the hardest part. Like getting good housing, like a lot of people like live in the University of Edinburgh dorms and stuff like that. I will probably see if I can spend too much money to get like an Airbnb that for like 4 times what it should be.
You absolutely should.
Yes.
I mean, this is like your college all over again.
Yes.
This is like you're going back to college in such a cool way.
It seems both.
But you're like a star and you have money and you're doing what you love, but you're like surrounded by all these people doing the same thing. I think it's so cool.
It seems terrible and fun at the same time.
I think for you, it's going to be like amazing, so amazing.
I hope so.
I think it's such a cool thing.
It should be fun. So if you're in Britain or if you're going to be in Edinburgh in August, please come see Be Fruitful.
That is so awesome. And it's at Guy Branum.
At Guy Branum everywhere except it's at Guy Branum Comedy on TikTok.
Lovely. And I'm at heathermcdonald.net. I'll be at Wise Guys in March in Salt Lake City, and then also May 9th too at the Netflix is a Joke, and join my Patreon and all the good stuff. Love you. Bye.